Welcome back, everybody. I am going to sit down today and just film a quick little hysterectomy story for you guys. So I guess here we go. I have always had, actually, let me preface this by, if blood or periods or things like that gross you out, then this is not going to be the video for you to watch, because I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to go into a little detail just about, I guess, why I had to have a hysterectomy. So, just wanted to let you know. So when I was in 6th grade, I started my period. I very shortly after that had my first set of ovarian cysts. I kind of have always had ovarian cysts on and off. If you've had them before, you know they're very uncomfortable, very painful. So I just kind of dealt with it for a long time. I have tried every form of birth control made, I feel like, and it worked okay on and off, but nothing ever amazing. Anyway, fast forward, when I am 21, I got married, and shortly after we got married, we decided we wanted to start trying to have kids. I had gotten off birth control right after we got married, wasn't getting pregnant, tried. We both had been tested. We both, knowing that I had had ovarian cysts, I had always been told that getting pregnant might be a little bit harder because of the scar tissue, but never was it that I wouldn't ever be able to have my own children. It just might be harder. So I kind of always it'll just be harder for me. So like I said, we had both been checked. Nothing was wrong other than my scar tissue. So about a year and a half into trying to get pregnant, we got pregnant and had our first son in December of 2011. So after I had him, my periods kind of went back to very heavy, very long. And I'm talking 2-week periods. I'm talking the largest pad that you can buy, basically front to back, I could fill in an hour. So it was a long 2 weeks. Anyway, so I was anemic from it. I had to take iron pills. It was exhausting. Anyway, fast forward 2 years after Easton was born, in December of 2013, actually end of November is when it was, I found out I was expecting, or we were expecting. We were excited. We had been trying. It hadn't been happening. Like I said, we knew that it would take time. So, end of December, we ended up miscarrying. It was rough, as anybody that has had a miscarriage knows. Physically, emotionally, it was hard. We had tried to get pregnant again, and I had the heartache of all the pregnancy tests that I had taken, and they had been negative, but nothing compares to finding out you're pregnant, it being positive, and then losing the baby. So I did not end up having to have a DNC. My body passed everything. I did end up staying overnight in the hospital when I had gone, just because I was bleeding so heavy and I was already anemic. And anyway, so fast forward, May of 2014, we found out we were expecting again, and that was right at the almost a year and a half mark. Literally, we found out we were pregnant the day before we were supposed to go in to talk about fertility treatments. Not treatments, medicines. I mean, Clomid, things like that. So, found out we were pregnant. We canceled our appointment. We went in. I had a great pregnancy. Our youngest son, Gavin, was delivered 39 weeks. C-section. I don't know if I mentioned my first one, Easton. He was delivered at 42 weeks, and he was C-section as well. But after that, went back to heavy bleeding, cramping, pain, but all on an elevated level. So my doctor suggested having an ablation. And when we decided to do the ablation, I decided to have a tubal at the same time. We had already discussed that we were done having children. And I thought that since he was going to be in there doing surgery anyway, I might as well have a tubal, because then that's not another surgery that I would have to have eventually, or that my husband would have to have to get fixed. So I had the ablation and the tubal in May of 2016. And thought that it was going to be great. I was, most people don't ever have a period afterwards or have very light periods. I was so excited because at this point I was 27. So over 10 years of my life, I have had heavy bleeding. So I was so excited. The chances of it not working were like less than 5%. Come to find out, that's me. I'm the less than 5%. Didn't work. I continued to bleed heavy. I continued to have a lot of pain, and went back to my doctor at about 6 or 7 months after, and was miserable. And the thing was, at the time of my ablation, he had said, your only other option other than your ablation is going to be to get a partial hysterectomy. At the time, I had a 1-year-old, and the partial hysterectomy, the recovery time was too long. I could not lift my 1-year-old for 6 weeks. So, I went with the ablation. Looking back, I should have just got the partial hysterectomy, because a year later, little over a year later, September of 2017, I have my partial hysterectomy. I have tried, like I said, medicines, birth controls, everything possible. Nothing was working. We were at the last option. And at 29, I never thought I would be having a hysterectomy. Like I said, we had decided that we were done having children, but I think that being human, it's hard to be told that you can't have any more children. And that, I think, has probably been the hardest for me, is emotionally knowing that if my husband woke up one day and decided that he wanted another baby, that I could not give him another baby. Or if I decided I wanted another baby, that I could not be pregnant again. Sorry, I was trying not to cry. So that has definitely been the hardest part. Recovery was okay. I mean, I had C-section, so it was fairly similar to the C-section. But yeah, so anyway, we are now 4 months post-op, and other than emotionally, I am doing wonderful. I do not have periods. I am not cramping. It's been amazing. It has been a great 4 months for those reasons. I'm not anemic anymore. I'm not tired all the time. So, it has been wonderful. Anyway, I know that was quick, and I'm sure there's things I left out, but if you have any questions or have had this done yourself, or like I said, have any questions about the procedure or symptoms or recovery or things like that, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I hope everybody has a great week, and a good weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.